In this instructional video, I'll show you how to add custom material profiles in Cura Slicer without getting that yellow exclamation point of terror and that not supported error. Let's get into it. Welcome to Cura Slicer. Right off the bat in the UI we see here we have our printer type selection, our material selection, as well as all of our print setting selection. Specifically, what we care about are these quality profiles. And you can see with my generic PLA material, I have the option to change to super quality with a 0.12mm layer height, dynamic quality, standard quality, and low quality with all their different layer heights. Now, by selecting my Creality Ender 3 from my non-Ultimaker, non-network printer list here that is provided in the Cura UI, I am saying that I want to use all the default quality settings that Ultimaker Cura has preset for all materials in all nozzle sizes. But sometimes when we add our custom materials, these profiles are not available. So today I will show you a workaround. For example, let me show you what I mean. Let's say I want to print with the nylon on my Ender 3. I'll hit the generic nylon profile and all of a sudden I have this yellow exclamation point appear saying I have no profiles matching the configuration of my extruder, and all of a sudden it says not supported here and I have no profiles in this profile drop down. When I hit manage profiles, nothing is listed. Now if I switch back to my generic PLA, all of a sudden these profiles are back. I hit manage profiles and you can see I have the 4 listed here, and my quality profiles are beyond layer height. They include a few other parameters that have been tuned for that material and that system. See profiles compatible with the active printer. So how do I fix this problem if I want to make a custom material? So let's go into manage materials at the bottom. One workaround is to pick a generic filament profile that I know still provides me my different profile list and doesn't throw that exclamation and not supported error. Then once I'm here, I can hit these 3 lines and duplicate my material. So I've got a duplicate right here. I can go ahead and change my display name and my brand name. The key thing here is that I want to keep my material type the same so that Cura Slicer keeps these quality profiles associated with it. The second I go and change this material type, it becomes an unknown material to the slicer and will give me that non-supported error. So let's change these parameters. And for example, in my print settings in terms of temperature, etc., I'm going to go off of a Bamboo Lab Nylon 6 datasheet. So I'll just type Bamboo Lab in here to remind myself that is the brand I'm working with. Add CF here. So we can see this is not throwing me any errors. In the print settings tab, I have things like default print temperature, default build plate temperature, standby temperature, retraction distance, retraction speed, and fan speed. I can find these parameters on the filament manufacturer's website, or more specifically in the filament datasheet. Let me show you. I just did a quick Google of Bamboo Lab PA6CF. I'll navigate to their storefront and I can just scroll down until I find the parameters that I need. Nozzle temp, bed temp, print speed. I can also download this material datasheet and review other printing parameters such as my retraction length and my retraction speed, as well as my cooling fan speed. And I usually take the middle range of these values. So let's do that. Let's populate our Cura profile. For print temperature off the datasheet, I had seen the range is between 260 and 290, so I'll take 275. For my build plate temperature, the range in the datasheet is 80 to 100. I'll take 90. See, my standby temperature, I'll just make one up for the case of this using the lower range of the nozzle temperature in the datasheet, and then my retraction distance or length in the datasheet as seen here is between 0.8 to 1.4, so I'll take maybe 1.2. Just change this 1 millimeter. And then retraction speed is between 20 and 40 millimeters. I'm going to put it as 30. My fan speed range in the datasheet was between 0 and 60%. I'll add 60%. Now, I just want to also note that this datasheet I have taken is from a Bamboo Lab filament. It's probably assumed that these parameters are dialed in for their brand of printer, the Bamboo Lab X1C, P1P, P1S, whatever system supports printing with this material. So the fact that I'm creating this profile for an Ender 3 might mean that if I'm actually printing with it and not just quoting, I'd need to dial in these settings on my own through trial and error using the Ender 3. Another thing I'd like to mention is for quoting or testing purposes, this is fine, but physically the Ender 3 cannot actually reach 275 with its stock extruder and heating elements, so this is a consideration. If you're actually trying to print nylon 6 CF on your Ender 3, you probably won't have much luck. I can also pull the density, filament cost, and weight from the datasheet so that when I slice and my time estimation, weight estimation, as well as cost estimation would be more accurate to the filament I'm actually using. So in the datasheet, let's find density. We've got 1.09 grams per centimeter cubed. So I can go ahead and change this. My diameter 1.75 is consistent. And then off of the Bamboo Lab storefront, I can pull the cost of one spool. In Canadian dollars is $101.99, so $102. This unit is incorrect. I'm just going to assume that it's 102 Canadian dollars. And then filament weight is for a 1 kilogram or 1,000 gram spool. Key thing here is that I want to make sure with my custom profiles that I've duplicated from the generic list, that I unlink the material so that the software understands the original profile and the one that you just copied to customize is not the same. You can also change the description down here, and there's another adhesion information description that you can change. Now that this looks all good, I'm going to close the preferences window, and now I have my custom nylon 6 CF material profile up and running for my Ender 3, where I have no exclamation point or not supported quality profiles. So I have this little pie as part of a jewelry piece I made a while ago. Not that I'd ever need to print it in nylon 6 CF, but I've sliced it, and now my printing estimations, because I've modified the material density as well as cost accordingly based on my datasheet and filament manufacturer store, I have more accurate time and material estimations. I can go ahead and hit preview, and this will allow me to look at all of my layers. It's important to understand how Cura as a slicer works. So in Cura, there are two different types of printer definitions. And what I mean by printer definition is up here where I've selected my type of printer from either the available list that Cura provides us or through a custom printer profile. A printer definition in this case can either say I use the default qualities for all materials and nozzle sizes, or I have specific quality profiles per material and per nozzle size. In this case, depending on the printer I've selected, that printer that has a pre-created profile in Cura might not support certain materials, for example, your high temperature materials or anything custom, and that's why it's throwing these errors, because these quality settings have not been tested and do not exist in the slicer. So in this case, if you want specific quality profiles per material, you're adding custom materials, and you don't want to use the workaround where in manage materials we duplicate an existing and working profile for your current printer and keep that material type the same. What you can actually do instead is create your own custom FFF 3D printer. Maybe it's not listed here, etc. You can go into the custom tab and hit custom FFF printer. Go ahead and change the name here as well if you want, keeping custom in the front of it so you know that this is a system profile that you've made yourself. When you add this in Cura and work with this custom printer profile, you are telling the slicer that you want default quality profiles for each material regardless if it's custom or if it's tested. Problem is in this case is that you'll have to go in to these printer settings. Let's hit manage printers, machine settings, and update all of these so that it works properly on your system. For example, because I'm working with an Ender 3, I need to make sure that in my custom profile, I've updated my printer build area, if I've had a heated bed or not, the type of G-code flavor I'm using, all these print head and extruder settings, as well as the proper start G-code and end G-code. This isn't too big of a hassle because you can go into the pre-provided Cura profile of that printer, go into manage printers, machine settings, and just copy all of these over into your custom profile. but it takes a bit more work than just using the duplicate profile trick I had shown previously. So to further highlight what I meant by that explanation, here I'm in my Cura created machine profile of my Ender 3. If I go into my material settings, manage materials, I can go into the generic list. In generic PLA, I can go into profiles and I see the existing Cura printer profile has these 4 different quality profiles. But if I go and change my material type to generic nylon, I get this error of it not being supported, and then within manage materials, I'm now in that generic nylon and I see there are no existing profiles. If I switch to my custom ender in generic PLA, let's go to generic nylon, we are. If I switch into manage materials and then profiles, I see I actually have all of these profiles, where in this case my custom printer's quality profiles only really have layer height depending on the one I've selected. So to reiterate, there are 2 existing workarounds for being able to add a custom material profile in Cura Slicer without running into the issue where it is not supported. Either you duplicate an existing supported material profile and modify all the settings as per your filament datasheet without changing the base material type, or create a completely custom machine profile so that the generic quality profiles are associated to every material, including the custom material profiles you might add in the future. I would just like to highlight that not every material, such as high temperature materials, might actually be printable on the type of printer you have selected. Keep in mind that certain materials need specific nozzle temperatures that might not be reachable on the type of material you are slicing for, as well as enclosures, certain auxiliary heating, certain auxiliary cooling, either a direct drive extruder versus a Bowden system, things like that. So just because you can slice it in Cura using these material profile workarounds doesn't mean it'll actually print properly on your selected printer. So keep that in mind.